And joined with my co-commentator Tom Moore. How are you today, Tom?
I am fantastic. How are you, Tech?
I'm very good. Obviously coming off an amazing Singapore race. Obviously track comes from the back of the grid to win last week. Yeah, it was an amazing race. What did you think about Singapore last week?
Well, like we saw last week, Track Formula did the impossible from the back of the grid in such a competitive tier, and he absolutely smashed it. He won by about 11 seconds in the end. It was fantastic for Track Formula. He picked up the win. Will we see the same tonight? It's going to be tough. Round Spielberg, the 10 corners, 36 laps, 3 left turns, and the 7 right turns. Bit on tyres, it is the C4, C3 and C2 compound of tyre. The medium top compound is about 8/10 slower, so it'll be tough to see really. I think we will see everyone qualify on softs tonight. Be interesting to see though what the strategy is during the race. The hards for comparison, about 1.2 seconds slower, so basically between medium and softs, not that much. They usually last about 14 laps in their prime, the softs, about 18 for the mediums, and about 24 for the hards before they really fall off a cliff. But around here you can save the tyres, so definitely be interesting around the 36 laps of Spielberg tonight.
Yeah, obviously it's going to be a little bit info on the standing. Langfield's leading the championship with 28 to Trap 16. So he's got a pretty big margin to Trap there. Then Mr. B-Boy Worman's third with 12. And then obviously Bowers with 12. Sam with 12. Patuca with 11. But Mancini with 10. Key with 7. He's doing alright. Muret with 7. Hyper with 6. And then Zibak with 5. Headshot Lessie with 5, Carty with 4, and then that is all the points finishers at the moment. Then the constructors is Ferrari and Haas battling out with 6-point gap. And then Williams, Mercedes, Renault, Alpha, then Racing Point, then Alpha Tauri, then McLaren, then Red Bull. But who's first on a lap?
It is Patuca, the RP driver. Definitely a very strong driver. Patuca is seen plenty of times so far.
Dembski. Oh wait, no, Dembski's on an outlap. Me, idiot.
Seen plenty of times so far, glimpses of what every driver can do. But for me, tonight, the one to watch out for is Sam Teague. He needs a good result. Seriously, we saw in the pre-season race how strong he is. So he really needs a good result, and his first lap in is a 1:03.1 for Patuca. So a fantastic manker from there. So will we see anyone better it? Langfeld sets a 1:03.4.
Santi invalidated his lap. Muret's invalidated. Kolsnik, who's else? Hulkenberg. Headshot goes just behind.
Oh, and Snookster. What a lap that is for the Renault driver. 1:02.9 for Banker. Fantastic for him.
Taps on an outlap, but he's the closest. It was Hyper, but he's... Oh, Kolsnik's had a little bit of a spinalla coming out of that double left, which is a very dangerous corner, as you've seen with Valtteri Bottas in real life and others. You can have a little bit of a spin if you touch that inside curb on the first part. Your car will be going round. Dembski coming to the final 2 corners. You've got to be nice and strong. You just want to send it through here. Go flying, and he does, and he's going to get a good lap here. He might go near the front, and he goes second. Good luck from him there. But someone put in the comments when USA is. This isn't PC. USA isn't on the calendar. I thought, no, it's not. So USA isn't on the calendar. It's if you're talking about PC, I think it's in a couple of weeks' time, the PC calendar, if I'm correct. Yeah, it's next Thursday, the PS calendar. PC calendar for USA. It's next week. But we are not PC, we're PS, we're on Austria, and it's Belgium next week.
Interesting. Lock up for Track Formula on his lap. That will cost him a lot of time. He did set that purple sector 1. I'm not sure that'll be a purple sector 2 for Ash driver. Really strong so far. Fantastic pace, in fact. Around Singapore, it is not a purple sector 2, so that lock up did cost him a lot of time. He might exceed here. He hasn't exceeded. Yep, you just saw he get such a poor exit there.
He had a spin out of turn 3. Mayo Moore is on a lap. I don't think it's going to be strong. He had a little bit of a mistake. Yeah, 3.7. So yeah, Traps had a bit of a eek. But B-Boy Worm is on an outlap. We'll see if Traps going to go for another run. I don't think he is. I think he's pitting.
I think Malchio's
maybe he is. Trap is going for another run, so we will watch Trap. Trap's going for the second attempt. Maybe he fueled. Obviously, it is a simple one-stop soft to medium. So you can just do soft to medium on here. So what's up? 3-turn-1 takes it nicely. Takes a lot of curb on the inside, but it didn't get invalidated. So good for him. He stays nice and light. You want to come over to the left, and obviously you want to touch this curb slightly, but he goes over there a lot actually. Gets a purple sector 1. So this looks strong from the last race's winner. So okay, he will get to qualify tonight, which is gonna be a higher chance for him again. But coming into turn 4, he wants to take it nice and smooth. He has a lock up, which is gonna help him because you don't want to touch that inside curb. I'm gonna take a break and I'll let you commentate the last 2 sectors. And he's invalidated.
Oh, he's invalidated! No, so unfortunate for Track Formula.
We're going to B-Boy Worm. Yeah, it's unfortunate for him, but B-Boy Worm coming to 3. Not much oversteer. And I hear Snapchat notification. It must be the ladies for Tom. The ladies must be hearing Tom's comments saying going...
It's Snookster. Snooks is feeling confident.
Oh, it's Snookster. I thought it would be the ladies, Tom. It's all the ladies on the comments there.
I was messaging to Snook about this before because he obviously missed the Singapore race due to a family barbecue. Make of that what you will. But yeah, he is so strong. He obviously is so... As people actually said they popped out 2 there. So the Williams driver here could be setting a really strong in the 102s perhaps. That is obviously the aim. I think pole time will be potentially a mid-tie 102 tonight. We've already seen Snook dip into the 102s. The only driver to do so far is B-Boy Worm crosses the line. What is it going to be for him? Is it going to be it is provisional pole for B-Boy Worm. What a fantastic lap that is, in fact, for B-Boy Worm.
Yeah, Sam T's now on the lap, so right now Sam T's he's in 5th in the championship, tied for 3rd, so he's doing well. He's doing very strong, so Sam T maybe wants to do a little bit better, but obviously you can't do as better than his best. So he's done a purple sector 2 though, but let's see how he does. Has a little bit of a wobble coming out of there, coming into it's 9 and 10, isn't it? There's 10 turns, so coming into 9.
10 turns, yeah.
Coming into 9, he wants to take it nice. You want to take a little. You can take a little bit more curb out of 9. And look at that, he takes it nice out of 10. This could be pole, and it's just 5th. Still strong from Sam T there, but URL Hyper's on a lap now with someone else closer. Key, one of our obviously good friends. Key's in this division. Multiple of our good friends are in this division, and he does a 3-9. Maybe not as good as he thought, but obviously we're not allowed to be biased to the drivers, so we got to be equal. But there's a lot of our friends in the wall, and obviously Cameron Plays, one of our other good friends, asked if I'm racing. No. Then he asked about a different league. I'm not going to talk about that because we're coming for this Premier Sim Gaming. One of the, I think, my favourite league. Hulkenberger goes 10th. Good lap from the Red Bull driver there. Oh, who just went up? Hyper went up to 8th. Good lap from him there.
Not sure actually who went up, but Track Formula is about to set his lap away, definitely.
But he did listen next.
So Track Formula will be then the Hatch driver. I think probably the favourite coming into this Austria Grand Prix. I mean, we saw what he can do around Singapore. Can he do it around Austria? Obviously really strong, but he's just invalidated his first 2 runs here. Taking the inside curb as much as he can. Poor exit curb though for him, costing him time. Now, down to the RS straight coming into turns 2 and 3. He did seem to struggle on his last one round there, but a pub sector 1 with a 15.7 lock up on the front right. Will that cost them time? Little wobble off the exit curb, massive wobble in fact, trying to control that car for Track Formula. So I think that will cost them major time, so I don't think we will see him dip into the 1-2s.
Get a lap in.
Yeah, he's just going to want to set that first banker, of course. I mean, Kolesnik is round in fact, so that's... Luckily it was ghosted, but Kolesnik round. Just coming into sector 2 now. Track Formula here, we saw him invalidate on his last run. It's not a pub sector 2 of course, because of that wobble. 44.7 now, and he hasn't invalidated again for Track Formula. The exact same curb he did last time.
Coming through 9 and 10, but he comes in the pits. So his lap wasn't as good as he thought. So we'll watch Keys. Keys on another run, he's only 200s up though. So Keys obviously maybe wants to improve in the middle maybe. Yeah, he's 7/10s up in the middle, Key. So he must have had a massive mistake in the middle for Key there. Because he's 7/10s up now. Could we see Key maybe on the front row, second row with this lap? Obviously, he's in the after alley, so maybe we can see a front row for Key, as he's a very good driver. Let's see, is he going front row? Just off in 5th. Still good lap for him there. Snookster's on a lap now. We will watch Snookster. He said to Tom that he's confident about this race. We thought it was the ladies, but it wasn't. It was Snookster. Bit disappointing. I thought the ladies would be in the DMs, Tom, but he's 100s up. So let's see if he can improve enough for pole. At the moment, it will not be looking like provisional pole. But obviously we can't say we never time can. What's the quote? Time can never tell.
Yeah, he could really do the best sector 2 and sector 3 of his life here.
Yeah.
So he could he was slightly improving on that sector 1 by slim margins, but round here you only need slim margins, and it's even
he's
slimmer
only
now.
6,000 up now.
So
he's
always invalidated. He's done what Trap did, try and take too much round there to get the best one he can into 8, 9, and 10. As he pulls into the pits now, I think he's probably going to do. I'd assume one more run.
Yeah, just
one more run for that pole. So the probably favourite Trap Formula yet to settle up and validated 3 laps.
Yeah.
It's gone for another run here. He needs this now. Like, even if he's not pole, he just needs to get it on the board. We know that he can go from the back of the grid, but it's going to be easier around Singapore than it is Austria. And with a full grid tonight, it's going to be tough for him to drive through these guys, because these guys are not just traffic. These guys are all so talented, and you know how competitive this is.
Duke coming to the final corner, but he's invalidated. Let's see what the lap was going to be. It was going to be a 3-0, which would have still been 3.0, but it's still not going to improve on it. He was down in his time. P-Squads was on out of fuel, so his lap's done. But we'll watch Lessie. No, he's down on his time, so we shall not watch no, he's on his he's 900s up actually. Lessie.
Oh, that's mine.
He might get the slip on Sam T here. No, Sam T gets out of the way nice and respectfully. Very respectful from Sam. As the slip team was actually banned in PSGO, which is actually a surprise. But obviously, the rule makes it more fair than quality, I would say, Tom.
Ooh,
no slipstream.
Headshot. Bit of wobble there. Yeah, I think slip being banned definitely makes qualifying a lot more competitive. Yeah, exactly. Because if you get a slip, it's not exactly too fair. But yeah, let's see. He had a little wobble off the exit curb, so it'll be interesting now. Will he improve as he comes around 9? Nice and tidy for headshot. 10 now. Nice and tidy again for headshot. Will it be a good lap? It is a good lap, improving by 10.
Good.
So a 103.3 for him. Trap Formula now on a lap. He needs to hook this up. He's not invalidated, but he could do it final corner here. Track limits. Always gone over the curb. Not invalidation though. This looks strong. No. This looks very strong. Could we see a 102 here for Trap Formula?
Looks like
yes, we can. Provisional pole for the Haas driver.
He's just gonna have to play now. That was probably his final run of quali. Hulkenberg has had a bit of a spinella as well, so maybe this circuit is definitely going to be struggling in the traction, but Sam T's on a lap, so obviously he will want to improve on that 103.227. Obviously he wants to maybe get on that front row, seconds row, get a good start maybe. Obviously we can't be biased, but Tom, what's your predictions for quali at the moment?
It's too early to call for the race, of course. Sam T setting a purple sector 2 though, so he will I mean, he was almost a 10th down, but he's made it all up in sector 2, so he can improve it. For quality, I'm questioning whether Trap's time. I think that may be enough. Actually, with Sam T!
A lot of the front end just didn't
come in. He's round again!
But his car reset.
Oh my word.
That was like the car just went under them, I think. Ooh. Oh, and remember the pit lane rule down here. There is a pit lane rule that you have to come in the pits before the white line. So we'll watch. Is it Kolsnik? Yeah, we'll watch Kolsnik. No, wait, no, he's invalidated. We'll watch Hyper. As I think Hyper's pitting, but we'll see. This white line, you got to come before that white line. You got to come on that white line. See, like you're allowed to cut it in quali, but in the race, if you cut it, you're gone. You're out of the. You're gonna get a fat pen. But P Suarez. 3 minutes to go with doing a lap, so can he do a good enough lap? 15.7. This is purple sector 1 for P Suarez. Obviously, P Suarez didn't have a good race last week. So did not Sam. Sam didn't have a good race either. So obviously both. P Suarez didn't even race last week, did he? Or was it Sam? Yeah, P Suarez didn't.
I think P Suarez.
No, he did, because I don't think he raced in Bahrain short.
It was Snook that missed Singapore.
Yeah, so obviously Snook wants to race this week. Good for him. And P Suarez invalidates. Unlucky for him.
Big boy Worm's about to start his lap though. Probably the biggest contender out on track at the minute. Trap's provisional pole. He's on a 102.8 to start this off. Will he improve on that? A fantastic time for Big Boy Worm. But will he be able, as headshot tires on the pit? So Big Worm now coming into sector 1, running too far wide, invalidates his lap.
Over.
That could be it for B-Boy Worm though, so that's great news for Trap. But will we see like some Sam T? I know. Valkyrie's actually on the grass trying to let a. I think that's Patuka through. So it was Patuka on a lap in 5th place at the minute. A 103 flat. Will he be able to improve in Sector 2 here? Coming in to the end of Sector 2, using the extra cup superbly there, but he's not improving at the minute. Can he make up in Sector 3 to try and get the jump on Dimsky, who's only 8 thousandths quicker than him so far? Could he perhaps battle him now in Sector 3, come round 10? Here he goes, power to line. Will he get it? It's going to be close. He doesn't. 2 tenths.
Yeah, it's not it's unlucky for him, obviously, but Valkyrie's about to start the lap, so we'll go on board with TRT Valkyrie. He was obviously in F9 last season, very strong for him, but this grid pretty much like F8 last year, so it's going to be more competitive for them. He's not going to get held up by Sam, but whoa, he got very close to Sam's front wing there. So that was very close for him there to hit Sam's wing, but let's see what he can get. Is he going to purple Sector 1? So this could be a strong lap. Dribbuck the tyre, so Dribbuck's quality's over. Snookster hasn't came out yet. Snookster's leaving it very late to come out. Is he going to come out though?
I don't think he will.
Key's lagged out. I think Key will have backups though. So obviously we're going to watch.
If he needs one, I'll send him one.
Well, if he doesn't have one, just send him one just now. Obviously he knows PSM, we've got him as a mate, so just send him one just in case.
Will do.
He's 900s up, Valkyrie at the moment. Has a little. Oh, Snookster's tired. Snookster thinks this quality's like, yeah, I'm not improving. So Snookster thinks I'll take that lap and he'll have it with dignity. Valkyrie coming through turn 10. Is he going to have the same with Sam? And he runs wide. His qualifying is, unless he does want to do one more lap. We'll go over to Demsky, who's coming through turn 9 and he's invalidated. A lot of people who's invalidating. Hyper hasn't, so we'll watch URL Hyper.
Oh! Massive crash for Valkyo! Oh my word!
We'll watch Demsky. Oh, no, we could watch Sam actually. Where is it? Coming out of turn 1. Oh, he's on the line as well! Ooh, that's gonna be a danger. There's a lot of chatting in the chat, obviously, where the mods of Wilson and CRT Gamer. CRT Gamer says just checking out the competition. Okay, you can check out the competition, Sam. And obviously Wilson's here as a mod. He said Sam's eating his cat. Okay, Sam, you do what you do. If it's true, I kind of believe Wilson is Scottish.
It's Chopper a lap.
I'll check.
I think he is.
Starting, so we'll watch. He's 800 up as well.
What a lap!
What first sector one
that is, sorry.
So if Tap improves, I think he will have pole.
That's a 16 per sector. That's ridiculous on the track formula. You know, if he can hook this up now, this could easily dip into the .6s.
Herberto Mancini goes 9th. Good lap from him there. Sam up to 3rd. I did not see that from him there.
What a lap.
What a lap from Sam. T there. Taps up by 800. This could be another improvement for pole. Can we see? It didn't invalidate. Oh, and Piecewise is out qualifying. So Piecewise is starting at the back of the grid. Can he start on pole by a lot more than he can? I think he will be doing a .6. Look at Piecewise. He's got on the grass there. And Trap does a .6.
What a lap.
What a lap.
Trap
But
Langfell.
Langfell isn't improving enough to go pole, but he could improve. He's invalidated.
What would it have been?
.2.
But he was swerving, so quick jump key there.
Bowers is on a lap at the moment.
What a lap.
Oh, Bowers is a minute down.
So I think that is qualifying
so Trap
over.
is on pole.
What a man.
George Morgan says Sammy T is a dark horse. We never know. Obviously Trap's on pole, so Trap's going to have the advantage. As you said last time, George, you said Lauco had the advantage and he spun. So don't jinx it, George. You did it last time. You cursed it last week, George, saying Valko had it in the bag and he didn't. But we will go through the grid order with Trap Formula on pole, with B-Boy Worm on the front though. So all British top 4 actually. So that's very good and very cool. Patuka in 5th, with Dimsky in 6th, with Hyper in 7th, Key in 8th, Langfell in 9th. Top 10 is rounded out by Humberto Mancini. 11th, Balaukio. Headshot Lessie 12th, Jibbuck 2014 in 13th, Jay Carty the Scotsman in 14th, Hulkenberger 15th, Kolsnick from all over the world in 16th, Bowers in 17th, Mailmore in 18th. That's a 17th for Bowers, 18th for Mailmore, Murtha 19th, and Peace in 20th with no time.
Well, going to this race is definitely going to be interesting. Trap Formula, that 0.6 in qualifying. What a lap it was for him. Fantastic for the Haas driver.
Yeah.
B-Boy Worm, though. Fantastic qualifying.
I've just seen in the F9 General, Tom, that Lauco's running no assists.
Interesting. Perhaps that was why he had that massive crash. Sailing round he went, but into the race now. B-Boy Worm on the front row. Can he make that count? Sam T, fantastic lap. Hooked it up there. Jumping Snook. And he did very well to get into that third spot. Snook starting from fourth. Retired perhaps a bit prematurely. What can he do during the race, though?
Yeah, I'm just reading the YouTube chat. So, Wilson said, Sam T isn't a horse, I'll have you know. Jordan Studwick, who's MNT Ghost, said, he's a donkey. Then COG came and said he's the head of innovation and technical excellence at VSR. He does all the VSR marketing, lots of work, I have to agree. You can do this. So they're pretty much, all the mods and people are just like having a little laugh and chat while we are commentating. So obviously, welcome if you haven't already joined. Yeah, we will just put, no, not leader. Tell them we will put the tire. Obviously, everyone in the top 10's on softs and everyone outside is on mediums. So soft, medium, and medium soft. If you didn't know that, I think everyone in this chat should know. You've probably done league racing more than me. Wilson, Sam, Jordan, Ghosts, and everyone else. I've been doing it competitively for 5 years, but just started doing well last game.
Well, going into this race, who do you think is in the best position to convert it into a race win?
Probably one of the guys at the front, but we never know. Obviously, we can't say that at the moment. I am the commentator's curse, as everyone knows. If you didn't know that, I am. Every time I say something, if I say, oh, thingy's gonna win, I'm not saying the name because it'll happen. I'm just gonna say, so, like, if Hulkenberger, if I said Hulkenberger's gonna win, there's gonna be a curse. And how the fan technology is going very lovely, Jordan. Going very lovely. A very nice wheel. Very nice wheel, Jordan. I love it. It's a good wheel. But obviously, well, who do you think? Tom?
What did you say, sorry?
Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think had the best chance of the win?
Oh, I have to say, Trap Formula, he was so strong last week. I mean, we saw in Singapore what he can produce, and starting on pole. I mean, but it's tough to say because although you'd have to say on paper, Trap Formula, we've seen Sam T and Snook, you know, fantastic in the preseason race, and so was B-Boy Worm. So B-Boy Worm starting second will give Trap Formula a really, really tough time. Push him all the way, I am sure, that Williams driver. But yeah, it'd be interesting. Austria can throw a lot of twists and tails at us. So, will we see that during the race? Safety cars are coming round here. Will that affect strategy, do you think, as we're about to get underway for round 3?
Can we get a good camera angle? But obviously, I'm just going to throw back season 25 from PSGL. 4 or 5 red lights. Are we going to see an amazing start from anyone? But away we go for the racing round to Austria. For round 3, we've had a timing glitch. Trap has a fantastic start. Sam T's had a lovely one. So has Patuka. What? Is anyone going to get any moves done? Mr. B-Boy one
Running
Sam.
outside Sam T.
Spin!
Dimsky's round.
No one's got damage, which is...
Sam T, no Snook. Snook was Snook. The runner driver's going to send it down the inside of Sam T. Side by side in turn 2 and 3. Great move for Snook. Watch B-Boy 1 though. B-Boy 1 seen by Sam T as well. So Snook up in second place. I think that's Patuka touching the grass coming out of turn 3 as well. Trap with a 1 second lead already. Fantastic off the line for him. Snook jumping and B-Worm jumped. Both of them. Fantastic start. He's going to be hunting down Trap now, but Valkio up into 8th place on those mediums. Fantastic stuff for him, bro. Dimsky sent flying round after the first corner.
But what is it? Obviously, good start for Trap. He's already broken the DRS to Snook. So, Delta says you sound like V8 Field. I don't see the resemblance. But, okay, if people say that, you sound like V8 Field, I'll take it.
Is that Dimsky? Is that Dimsky? I think Dimsky, yeah, he's in the wall. I don't know whether he's got any damage. No damage. I think he's just in the gravel there. The Ferrari driver, he's going to have to pit. He's had a really disappointing start. A foul place, but he spun again! Oh, it's going from bad to worse for Dimsky.
And Hyper, they don't have damage. I don't know why they've... Oh, P Suarez does. But Snook's just having a great start, obviously. So, ooh, Duca and Sam T going it for P4. He's done that. He's done a little fake. Langfell. Oh, he got past Langfell, but he's on the inside. Patuca. Is there going to be a Hamilton Albon effect? No, there's not. Patuca backs out. So let's see. Is he gonna get it on the next? Oh, Carty past the headshot there. Nice move for them. Carty there, up to P10.
So a really good start, Carty out 4 places off the line. Patuca and Sam T though, this battle ongoing. Patuca just, he seems to be really quick in a straight line actually, Patuca. There's a little slide off the rear for Sam T there. Getting a bit out of shape now, coming round to start the 3rd lap. Track Formula setting those, the fastest time so far with a 106.1. DRS enabled though, of course. Will we see any moves done for Patuca now? I don't think Sam T's going to get DRS. No, he's not. He's going to probably have Patuca in his wing mirrors. You can see him already. It makes him stealing past him as Patuca using that ERS. Burning 2 and 3. Here we go, side by side. Still Sam T's 6 is going down the road, and we're going to go 3 wide, in fact, as Key gets involved as well.
Yeah.
Key backed out, but Patuca sailing past Sam T. Great move for him.
And up had a little loss of traction, and Humberto Mancini takes advantage of that and said, "Thank you very much, I'll take that P8 off your hands."
Well, on the opening 3 laps, Snook up into 2nd place, but Track Formula's a 2-second gap. So Snook may be under a lot of pressure from B-Boy1 here. They're similar ERS, so they're both saving at the minute, but B1 going a little bit wide off the exit, potentially a warning for him as P Suarez is pit. So will we see any moves now going into lap 4?
Oh, Sam's back end went again. Like, through 9, Sam's just like scored. Oh, Kai's already got a pen, so maybe he's been a little bit aggressive. So is Snook. Snook's already got a pen. Headshot's got a pen. A lot of pens already handed out. So obviously people are being aggressive. Is Key gonna go for that P5? I think he is. Round the outside. He's got it done it to turn 2, into turn 3. Is Sam gonna fight back? No, he's not. So Sam gives up the position. Good move from Key there. Let's see if there's any move in the back. Not at the moment. So we'll watch Langfell. He's going for it on Sam T now, Langfell, the leader of the champion, and he gets it done.
Fantastic for Langfell, but Sam T back down the inside. Here we go, Sam T defending all the way. Langfell forced wide, taking the outside line, but Sam T backing out that. So Sam T has dropped down 4 places off the line. But he's going to be desperate to get Langfell back, I'm sure, with lap 5. Snook, though, that penalty, how much will that affect him in P2 at the minute? But with that 2-second gap to Track Formula, he's massively under pressure from B-Boy Worm, and you can see Patuca as well.
Sam's gone again!
Has he... What's happened?
He's lost it at the same turn twice in a row. It's happened twice now. He did it in quali, so we don't know what's wrong with Sam's setup. We don't know, but let's see if anyone's going for any move. I think no one's going for any moves. This is nice and strong from everybody. But oh, Kolsnik on Mulet. Get run side by side, both of them on medium. So are we going to see a send? Is he going to do Max Verstappen Mulet? He doesn't, but Kolsnik, the switch back. Has he got it done? No, he's not. Good defending by Mulet there.
Great defence for Mulet, but Kolsnik still sticking behind him. Look up there for both drivers. More for Kolsnik. So this battle for P15 still ongoing, but looking back towards the front, Track Formula's gap still extends, but I think for Trapp now, avoiding any penalties is key for him. If he picks a few up, he could really see himself just, to the back of the grid, because Snook is at a major disadvantage because of that 3 second. He knows now he's got to pull that gap. B-Boy Worm though still sticking behind, no moves done as of yet, even with that ERS and DRS for B-Boy Worm still sticking behind him. It seems like he's close but never close enough at the minute. I think Sam T a bit far back on Malco. No ERS for Burn from as well, so no move done there. Langfell got a really good exit though, so may have a little look at Key here, but no ERS, so Key just defending for now. Oh, I thought that was going to be a move done, but it was just a lap car. But lock up there for Patuka as he's still within that 7/10 gap to B-Boy Worm. So could we see B-Boy Worm attack Snook now? 4/10 the gap to Snookster. Fantastic off the line. Picked up that early 3-second though. How costly will that be? Will, you know, definitely be interesting to see now. Like I said though, Track Formula, avoiding pens, key for him. Sam T down in ninth. Really poor start for him, down 6 places. Is it set up as Key picked up a 3-second? Disappointing for him. It's a great start as well, up 3 places off the line, but picking penalties up round here is quite common as Murray picks up a 3-second as well.
Yeah,
I think Chewbacca's got past Jay Carty there.
Yep. Well, his just maybe wants to catch up, but we've got the helicopter camera now. Langfell is right behind Key. He could go for the bit, like a very ambitious send, but obviously you don't want to do that down here. You don't want to ruin your race in someone else's race, so want to be calm, be cool and collected and go for the move nicely. But Lauko, he got passed by Sam. Oh, Lauko might be going for it into turn 4 on Sam. He goes for it down the inside. What a move by Lauko! But the switchback by Sam. What a switchback by Sam.
Up into 8th place now, Sam. Really, fantastic switchback in fact for Sam T. But like you, as you were speaking now, I was just watching this battle for 2nd place. B-Boy Worm closer than ever now to Snookster. Could we see a move done here? But poor round there. Patuka picks up a 3-second. Oh dear. The RP driver exceeding the track limits, 5/10 now. The gap to Snookster. Snookster 60% ERS looks quite comfortable. B-Boy Worm is just so careful. I think he's really doing his best to avoid any pens, which could be an ingenious strategy if Snook tries to break the slip. But B-Boy Worm straight back at him. Too far back for the minute though, and that's a common theme in this ongoing battle. But Patuka has closed up massively to this fight between B-Boy Worm and Snookster. So could see him get involved now.
Yeah, so maybe if Patuka can get involved, have a little jab at B-Boy Worm, let Snookster pull away and try catch up to that formula and oh, Key! Langfell went for it on Key, and he's got it done. I didn't see that coming, but what a move from Langfell.
Fantastic for Langfell up in P5 now, up 4 places off the line. So could we see Key come back at him? I think he's had a really poor exit there. Langfell has got no ERS though, so this will put him under the cosh. He's hoping for a safety car just to regain that ERS. I mean, be interesting now, if there was a safety car, would you pit for hards?
I think medium, yeah, obviously. But you would have to, obviously, definitely, you would want to pit. But right now we're just looking for any battles, I think. B-Boy Worm has been closer than ever yet, so he probably will want to go. But he's not close enough. Patuka is right behind him though, so Patuka's going to get a bit, oh, Key's gone for back on Langfell. He's gone for a nice move up the inside at turn 3.
What's the switchback though?
Yeah, obviously Langfell has a DRS, so is he going to go for on the outside at turn 4? No, he goes on the inside. So is Key going to have the switchback? I don't think he's going to have the defend. But Snookster gets passed by Mr. B-Boy Worm. Snookster has a little slide, and Langfell gets passed as well. So Snookster's obviously going to have the DRS now, which means he can maybe let him pull up, let him maybe get the pull up from B-Boy Worm and let him pull him up to that maybe.
So Snookster, I think that move was, you know, there was lots of lap in the making for that move for B-Boy Worm without any penalties.
He's
though,
left
so
again. He's internet's a bit. Yeah, I think he does.
Struggling with his internet. It just seems to cut out. It's not like he lags, it just cuts out. So he's having a nice race as well, but I think that will set him back quite a lot. So hopefully we joined in time. I'm just going to send him an invite. So if you just want to cover for the minute.
Yeah, I'll just cover on. But no moves at the moment. Obviously everyone's just getting past Key's AI, which is very sad for him. Sam maybe going up the inside of Humberto Mancini into turn 3. Got it done nice and smooth by Sam T there. Just up the inside. Hollenberger passed. Oh, Bowers has been tapped round by Murray in turn 3. So he's been tapped round there. That's not good for Bowers. Not. Oh, Humberto Mancini up the inside of Sam. Got the move back on him.
Watch Valko though. Down the inside goes Valko on Santi. We saw Santi do a fantastic move on him earlier in the race. And he's going to try and hook it around the outside. Backs out of that one. We've got Mancini under a lot of pressure, but Valko, fantastic exit. So close to Santi's car. We've got Mancini putting that slight gap to Santi. We see Santi in previous laps lose it round 9 and 10 will do the same using the exit curb well there, Samty, so no spin there, coming to turn 10. Oh, Valko nearly losing it. Fantastic save for him. And there's a yellow flag, not sure why that is. Oh my. Oh, Track Formula picks up the penalty.
This is just putting B-Boy 1 in the chance at the win. If he doesn't get a pen, B-Boy 1 might win. But, yeah, Valko isn't keeping up with the pace of Sam. But Sam going for it on Humberto Mancini again into turn 3. Hulkenberg at the tires in the pits. And he gets it done. And maybe Valko and Humberto Mancini. Oh, what a battle between these. This is a really good battle.
Humberto Mancini. I think he's too far back, in fact. But could we see Malchio late break? No.
Oh, Leslie no locks up there. Dembski gets a penalty. But
Track Formula picking up that 3 second. How crucial will that be in the comparison of the race? If B-Boy 1 picked up a penalty, that means the top 4 will all have pens. So that could that put Langfeld and Sam T up the order. I mean, Langfeld at the minute is a slight bit back on Patuca.
Undercut for Patuca.
Into the pit. The RP driver, Track Formula, extending that lead at the top, 2.8 the gap now. Snookster's dropped back a little bit off the pace, but there's
Sam's gone round!
Sam T!
Oh, again, that's 3 times this race. He's got damage. He's letting everyone buy the spectacle of him. That's very respectable. Patuca on hards.
I mean,
key on the mediums.
Interesting strategy. Key on the mediums. I think that's more predictable, but how? I mean, Santi been struggling for traction, it seems, all race, but Big Boy 1 has now pulled over deep book of DRS, actually.
Humberto Mancini and Alessio fighting at turn 4. Good bucket in this action. And it's Red Bull and Merc. Oh, I had flashbacks of Albon Hamilton. And it was a Red Bull and a Merc at the same place as Albon had. If you remember that, Tom, if you've ever watched Drive to Survive Season 3.
I have indeed.
Yep.
I mean, there was massive coverage about it, but luckily, headshot on the mediums and Valkyrie on the mediums. But there's yellow flags. Don't tell me that's Santi again. It is! Santi again. It goes from bad to worse for Santi.
He's got damage. So he's just letting them by.
Struggling. He's got to roll back into the pit, but Snook and Chiva, B-Boy Worm, into the pits. So they both pitted at the same time. I think that Snook followed them in. I think it would presumably be the medium type. Both of them it is. So Snook now.
Patuca could be jumping them.
Well, will he?
He's jumping Snook.
Will he? It's going to be close. It's going to be close. I think he's got Snook.
Yeah,
he does
massively.
Patuca out that undercut, paying dividends for Patuca, but on those hard tyres, he's going to be a lot slower. So I think we could see Snook back. Really poor exit. Oh my word! He's wobbled off the exit curb. I don't know whether Patuca's got any damage. He went sailing to the back of him. Oh, give me a good camera angle, please. I can't actually see whether there's any damage on Patuca's car.
No damage.
No damage. Good for Patuca, but this hard tyre is going to be poor at the minute. It will be probably quicker at the end of the race, but no surprise. Trap pitting in response to second, third, and fourth, all pitting the lap 2 or 3 for Pete Suarez, who's been picking up a 3-second penalty. Onto lap 14 now. Trap Formula looking so strong, but with that penalty, how much will that cost him? I think it's not going to dive into the pits.
No,
Snook's in.
Must have got damage.
I think he's got non-visible damage.
Why is he pit? It's non-visible. He has got damage. Sam again. Oh, P Suarez in the wall. Is that going to be a safety car? No, it's not. But Valko is now. Langfeld now in the lead, and look how much time B-Boy 1's gained on trap.
Oh my word.
This
about 1.5.
Yeah, it's a lot of time.
That undercut, fantastic. B-Boy Worm. I mean, I don't know what happened with Trap, but he obviously has that 3 seconds as well. But B-Boy Worm, without any penalties at the minute, his main aim now will just be getting in Trap's DRS, because once you're in that DRS, he's looking comfortable, and he has actually potentially done it, but Trap's had a really good exit and is using ERS to make sure that B-Boy Worm is just at that arm's distance. But B-Boy Worm, you see Patuca, Snook now down in 16. He had non-visible damage, so I'm not sure where he's actually picked that up from, but that has potentially ruined Snook's race, unless there's a safety car working for an absolute madness. But Trap I think that would have obviously been a warning because he massively cut that corner there, gained a lot of time on Beat Boy Worm and maybe under attack from Patuka. He's using ERS, but his ERS is very, very minuscule. That ERS not closing up enough, but could he attack him now? Going to be interesting coming into turn 4, I believe it is, with the DRS. Will B-Boy Worm get passed by Patuka? No, Patuka's way too far back, about 3/10 the gap. So B-Boy Worm still sitting behind. Trap Formula seems to always get a really good launch coming into turn 5 and 6, B-Boy Worm, but Trap just gains it in that sector 3 and sector 1. So it seems like in sector 2, B-Boy Worm has got the match on Trap, but Trap just pulls away and keeps, like we were saying before, B-Boy at that arm's distance. So I think there's about a foot between Kolsnik and Muek, but Kolsnik pits.
Very early.
That's the first medium one to pit. So interesting there. Does he feel the undercut? We saw it with B-Boy Worm. He gained so much time because of the undercut. So could we see that for Kolsnik? Could he establish himself in this race actually? I think that's actually headshot on Valkyo. It is headshot on Valkyo. It's really, really minuscule amounts. But look at Jibbuck now. Jibbuck with 90% ERS. Could he go for a move from Valkyo? No, too far back. Valkyo go for a headshot? No, too far back again. Seems like drivers aren't willing to risk it all just yet. I think that is sensible, only on lap 16.
Yeah, always is. You don't want to go for it, but Humberto Mancini, oh, is it Sam? No, it's Pissoir spinning. Humberto Mancini, Key gets past him. Good move by Key. Bowers gets passed by Langfell. Obviously, Langfell on that fresher medium, so he will be catching up a lot. B-Boy Worm sticking in with that 3-second gap, so I think B-Boy Worm might have this because of penalties. So it's that. Or did that penalty very early might have just maybe lost the chance at the win here, I think. It's a pen. Jibbuck and Valko right beside each other. This is a really fun battle for the... Jake Carty's now got the DRS, so it could be a 4-way.
Well, will we see Jibbuck now? It'd be interesting. He's got that ERS, of course. No ERS burn. Really sent down the inside of Valkyo. This is really late on the brakes. He's got to avoid Valkyo's car there, so poor exit for him. Could we see Jay Carty lining up and moving? No, too far back, but ERS burn a little bit for Jibbuck just to stay within that touching distance of Valkyo for what is the current race lead, of course, but they are still in their first stint, so Trap still leading the race, but the gap has closed to B-Boy Worm. B-Boy Worm really, really good so far, picking up no penalties. I'm just going to quickly check how many warnings B-Boy Worm has. I think it is 2 warnings for B-Boy Worm. He picked them up in lap 1 and lap 3, so he's done well to manage it so far. Can he continue with no warnings now? And that could be a safety car into the wall, and that is a dangerous position on track. Could be a safety car, and we're waiting. It doesn't seem. I think it'll be called by now.
It's not a safety car.
No safety car.
At the moment, it looks like Langfell could get the podium because he's catching up to them. Langfell could still be championship leader.
Got to take into account the penalties for Patuka. I mean, Langfell manages to gain that sort of time, but you know this DRS train at the minute is just keeping Patuka, you know, keeping that gap to around the 5-second mark. So Langfell can't actually gain that much time. As Dimsky picks up a 3 second down 17th at the minute.
Yeah, but obviously Snickster's a bit unhappy as well. So he got that damage. He's very confident, so he's obviously he's been unlucky, Snickster, but I'm just watching this front 4 at the moment.
What, the provisional one or the ones at the minute?
The ones at the minute. Fight for the win. Well, not at the one, but for the at the moment lead. It would look like B-Boy Worm would be winning because of penalties, but we can't say. But it looks very strong case.
Yeah, fantastic. That undercut pace, you know, it was fantastic.
Very good dividends. It paid dividends for them.
Definitely. But B-Boy Worm now, his main aim is with obviously sticking with that 3 second, but Trap pulled away a little bit that lap, in fact. So, their mistake was it just Trap with fantastic pace. I mean, people using that ERS just to keep ahead of Patuka. The last thing B-Boy Worm wants now is to get in a battle with Patuka because it will cost him so much time and perhaps the race win. Patuka now, if he wants to get past and pull that gap. So we've got in 2 sides here, really. You've got the argument for Patuka passing him now for Patuka's sake, if he wants to get past and pull that 3-second gap so he can jump B-Boy Worm at the, in the provisional classification at come the end. He also obviously on the hards as well, so they will be quicker at the end of the race than those mediums. But B-Boy Worm just wants to not get involved, keep a clean race and just keep within that 3-second gap. But Trap Formula, that gap is getting extended and extended here. So Trap Formula closes up massively to Mayama. If he gets in the DRS, as Valkyrie gets a penalty. A lot of drivers on that 3-second penalty, so if you don't have a 3 second, you're looking really strong to jump a lot of these guys here. So like some Jibber after he picked Langfell, Bowers as well. They may jump quite a few cars just for the pens, but like we were saying before, Trap Formula, if he got the DRS, that gap will just extend because B-Boy Worm is still under attack from Patuka and still under attack from Patuka. Will Patuka send it in? No. Patuka is still sticking behind. He is close though to B-Boy Worm. Can we see him move down into turn 4 now? Coming round, but B-Boy Worm has a fantastic exit, so I'm assuming not. Trap Formula not getting
Bowers
the
there
DRS.
for the 11th. Good move by Key there for about on Bowers.
Well, this is the battle we all want to see. Trap versus B-Boy Worm, but it doesn't seem like we're going to get it, to be quite honest. We would have seen Snook up there, potentially, but down in 16th, the Renault driver has had, obviously, he had non-visible damage to his car, so that is really disappointing, and I think quite a few medium runners are now into the pits. They are indeed, so we may see a more logical reading here as Trap Formula sails past Mayama, so into 4th place he goes. Obviously these 3 ahead of him yet to pit. Will Mayama hold up B-Boy Worm though? That is the last thing B-Boy Worm wants, who's still under pressure for Patuka.
Yeah, obviously he doesn't want that, getting held up by someone when he's fighting for the win. You don't want to get held up, but who is it? Hyper's fun alone coming in the pits. So could Snookster gets another penalty, but Snookster had a lot. He might get points. We don't know, but Sam's had a bit of an off as well. I'm watching Key and Humberto Mancini.
4 tenths a gap for Key and Humberto Mancini. Obviously, Humberto Mancini's until he goes from bad to worse for him, and he's a tight in the pit. So there we go. It's an end to a frustrating race for Santi after that very strong qualifier.
Yeah, obviously that's unlucky for him. His setup maybe just was a bit unstable for it. Okay, so obviously Mayama pits. He has to slow down because Mayama pit. B-Boy Worm looks like an extent of the track limits, but he got lucky that he didn't get his penalty there. So Trap is now leading again to B-Boy Worm. But obviously everyone's on soft, so I think let's see. Like Lauco, is he gonna hop ahead of his other? He's gonna get the undercut. He got the undercut worked. It worked for them perfectly.
Where there's
Colsnick got it as well. Oh, Humberto Mancini for P6. Could he get Key as well? Is he going to get the double? He's not, but Humberto Mancini backed out. Good move from Lauco though. But is Key going to let his teammate by? Is Key going to let his teammate by? Is there team orders? Good strong there. Good respect. So. Good sportsmanship there, but good. I think they've got a good relationship then. Letting him by because he knows he don't want to lose his race or doing his teammates' race, so he just lets him by and says, "You go ahead, try push on ahead. Just pull me along." So he leaves the lobby. So he's probably gonna go on that FUT Champs grind as he missed it last week. So he's probably gone on FIFA to do some FUT Champs grind. I almost forgot the time because of FIFA. Wasn't doing a FUT Champs though, doing the goalkeeper.
Oh, Langfell picked up a 3 second.
Langfell, so unlucky for him. That's now maybe his podium gone, but Lauco's going strong. So Lauco could be in for the podium, but
Patuka!
Patuka might even be strong on these medium hard.
Sails pass. B-Boy that has been in the works for a long time for Patuka. He's been eyeing it up, saving that ERS with the DRS. Will we see B-Boy Worm? If he wants this race to win, he's got to get past Patuka now as well. He will be sitting behind using that DRS though, but it's tough to say what the situation is for B-Boy Worm now, because obviously that 3 second for Trap Formula.
Jibbuck and Colsnick into turn 4 gets the move nicely done there. Good move from Jibbuck. Jibbuck's going to jump up massively. Look how much he's going to jump up, Jibbuck.
Hyper with the fastest lap. Jibbuck with no penalties in fact. So It will
Both
jump
Williams.
a lot of cars if it stays as it is. So he's done perhaps a really strong race here. But yeah, like I was saying before with BBOM, how does he play this out now? Because if he back with Patuka, he may lose time, but obviously we need to be within that 3-second band. Trap Formula with the laps counting down, 12 to go. Will we see Trap Formula get his second race win in a row? It looks strong for him. Kolsnik picks up another 3-second penalty. Jibok, I think, getting past Humberto Mancini there. But they are going side by side, and indeed they are going side by side. I think that is key. Down inside of Headshot. He's got a really good exit, boys. Jibok, we're going 3 wide here. You have to defend from Jibok. Here he goes. The Williams driver, so strong so
They're
far.
not gonna
They're
go
going 3 wide.
No,
Here we go. Key down the inside. He's locked up though, so he may lose 2 places
gets
here.
the switchback. Good move from Jibok there. Is he going to get it on Headshot? This looks like a P4 on the cards for Jibok. Look at that. If we go to leader, not leader. Mr. B-Boy1 is now in that range of 3 seconds at this moment in time. With 12 laps to go, it looks like a strong case. Look at that.
Wow.
Patuka's actually catching Trap on those hards. Maybe it was hards are the way to go, because I think the mediums do die. But, oh, Kolsnik round.
Oh no, Kolsnik round on the start-finish straight.
Lauko on
Langfeld as well.
Got the move done. But is Langfeld going to defend it? He's going to look at it on the outside. Is he going to get the exit? He doesn't get the exit, but he's got the DRS for the next state, which is good for him. See if he can get the DRS and go for the move into turn 4. Is he going? He's not close enough. So we'll move on. Chibok's not even close enough. So we'll just watch. We'll watch some Jibok, see if we can get Lessison. Obviously, this would be a really strong case at the moment. But we're going to keep it on leader for now. Just to see if Mr. Bebo he is still right on the money at the moment. He's got that 210s to play with. Obviously, he has that one warning he does not want to get. But I think, oh, he's lost some time. He's 2.9 now, so he's only got like 800. So, but look at that. Patuka, 2.4. Going strong. Trap has no ERS. But B-Boy1 has the most.
B-Boy stick within that DRS of Patuka. The gap to Trap about 2.7. With 10 laps to go, will he be able to maintain it for the provisional race win? This is his challenge. We challenged him at the start, stayed on that 3-second gap. He has done so far. Really strong for the Williams driver. Langfeld on back of Elko as well. He's got a Penson, both drivers on penalties.
And gets the move done. Jibok on Headshot. They're good move. At the moment, it does look like he's gonna get a P4 here. Jibok, good. This would be a really strong result for the Williams, actually. Very strong. A win and a P4. That'd be very strong for them, Tom, and the constructors.
Definitely. If they want to mount a constructors fight here, they need results like this as Key picks up another 3-second penalty. Currently sitting down 8th place. How much will that affect him? He's now got 6 seconds of penalty. He'll drop a lot of places. Perhaps out the points, crucially, for Key. The gap 2.8 to Trap Formula. Patuka 2.2 away on those hards. But B-Boy Worm on those mediums still too far back. I think it's going to be really tight for that race win. If Trap makes a mistake though, this could be over for him, but he's using all the ERS he actually has. But the DRS of Patuka has helped people massively.
We'll move that on the outside of Key, but he doesn't get it done. He got the move on Humberto Mancini on the outside now. On the inside, gets such a good move from Mule there. Move that there, good move. Very nice move. But we're going to keep it on leader. He's 2.4. He's catching actually. Maybe Trap's tires have gone. Maybe Trap's been aggressive at the start of the stint. Maybe Trap's has been very aggressive at the start of the stint and his tires have gone. Because I know Trap's very aggressive at the start of stints. Because he gets very aggressive and wants to just gain and gap them and struggle for the win. Even on the second stint he's aggressive. So maybe the tires are going a bit of the off its peak, maybe the tires. Trap isn't. Trap's very still going very quick. But the tires are maybe just falling off its cliff. We know Trap could hold this, but we don't know. We can't say anything, but I've seen Trap hold this before in different situations.
he doesn't crack under pressure, Trap.
No.
He keeps calm and composed. So you just got to do that here. You know, he doesn't have to push now. He just has to maintain his tyres and then save his ERS. But he's not saving any ERS, Trap formula. He's burning every bit he gets. Doesn't just keep picking up another 3 seconds. If I'm Trap here though, obviously Trap's not better than me at the game. But if I'm Trap, technically I'm thinking I'm saving this ERS and just pushing the last 3 laps. Because that is when you're going to most capitalise. Because if you make a mistake now, it could be all over the gap. 2.7, 2.8 in fact, to BBOM. So BBOM has done fantastic saves in that 3 second gap. But with the DRS, he's doing superb, BBOM. In fact, he's not pushing Patuka. If he pushes Patuka, he will just he lose time actually in the long run. So if he's sticking within that ERS and every DRS straight, he just gains on Trap, which is keeping him within that gap. 7 laps to go though. Can Trap hold on? Can he bridge the gap? It's going to be tight. You can't take your eyes off this battle. It's going to be tough for him. Headshot another 3 second though.
So that could put Headshot back in the points. No, it doesn't actually.
He's lining up a move on Jibbuck. Headshot, could he send it on Jibbuck? Too far back there, but he may attack him. Going to turn 4 now, under the DRS. Here we go. Will Headshot get a better exit? Jibbuck actually got a better exit, but will ERS burn for Headshot? Will the Red Bull driver go for it? I think he will. Down the inside he goes on Jibbuck. Goes side by side. Oh, I think that's a bit of wheel bash between the two of them. Headshot sailing past though. Great move for him.
Yeah, obviously, I'm still keeping the eye on Mr. B-Boy. You cannot keep an eye off it. It's 2.5. Trap must be getting nervous at the moment or kicking himself. Obviously, Trap at the end, he will be kicking himself off that penalty because he knew. Obviously, me and F12, I got that penalty and it lost me the win. So this penalty could cost Trap his win. But Trap obviously would still love a P2. It would get him closer to Langfell in the championship. Obviously, that would be the good thing. But obviously, he would want the win. Everyone wants a win in PSTL. But he would be kicking himself at the end of this. This is how we lost the win. But we all know he doesn't crack under pressure. Trap will push on that final lap just to have it. But we don't know what's going to happen.
Trap is saving his ERS a little bit now, so that's good to see because 2.3 the gap is now. It's going down under the DRS. I mean, Duke is actually gaining because the hards are now faster than the mediums, I'd assume. So,
yeah.
BBOM is actually close the gap up to Patuka though, so could this be beneficial to Trap in fact? Because if BBOM is battling Patuka or it's line be compromised. One, because they're dirty air, and in this game, dirty air is ridiculous and very, very destructive to a race if you're stuck in dirty air. So people may be compromised by that, and also if he battles Patuka, tooth and nail. I mean, you just see already 3/10 just because of that dirty air in sector 3. So you assume now Trap it's just with 5 laps left. He's got to pull something out the bag, but we know he's more than capable of it. But he's burned his ERS, so he's now got no ERS again. But under the DRS, people around with 30%, looking strong, perhaps probably favourite to win this race now if he doesn't pick up a penalty in the last 5 laps. He has only 1 warning to spare though, unless he gets the penalty removed, of course.
I don't think Corner Cutting can get removed unless he got shoved off, and he was way far ahead to get shoved off.
If not, it will be BBOM. He's 2.5. The gap is now under the DRS, but stuck in his dirt. Yeah, he is. The gap is forming. The gap is forming. Could we see the 3 second gap reappear for Trap Formula with 5 laps to go? 2.8 it is now. BBOM maybe feeling the pressure a little bit because this win is technically in his hands. It is in his hands. It's in his grasp. As we go on to the 32nd lap out the 36, we've seen plenty of drama around Austria, but we'd expect nonetheless from this tier. Yeah. It's still Sam T, one of the favourites coming into the season. Struggle with traction, it seems. You mentioned his setup. It may be his setup, or perhaps it's just a bad day at the office for Sam T. Of course, we know how talented he is, so I'm sure for the next round he'll be straight back at it, but the gap extends again. But in this first 2 sectors, you do see people close up to Trap Formula because of the DRS, but people actually is pulling a nice gap.
Oh,
Patuka is pulling a nice gap to B-Boy Worm, as you mentioned. Headshot getting past Langfell there, the softs for Headshot paying dividends, but 2.5 the gap is now, 4 laps to go. This is still nothing but chaos. Lock up though for B-Boy Worm, that cost him a little bit of time, but this DRS has helped him so much. No mistakes for Trap now, no mistakes can be made. 17 laps, he did the undercut. Patuka though, sorry, he did the overcut. Patuka and B-Boy Worm undercut him massively. that could have perhaps given B-Boy Worm the race win, but 2.4 of the gap is as on to the 33rd lap. 3 laps to go, impossible to call. One mistake for Trap Formula, it's gone. One mistake for B-Boy Worm, it's gone. He's got to stay within this 1 second gap.
It's
though.
like Alan
B-Boy
Sugar,
Worm.
you're fired. If anyone, obviously, but instead of you're fired, you're gone. It's gone, not you're gone. It's gone. The win's gone. If you make one mistake, make one mistake. So obviously, Hedgehog gets past Valko for 4th. But obviously, let's just check penalties. He's got 9.
Storm. Hedgehog.
So obviously he's going to lose that many positions. But at the moment, it definitely looks like Jibok's going to get 4th. It looks like, but we'll check the leader gap. He's still 2.5, so if he just keeps in this gap, keeps this nice and smooth, he does have it in his hand. He just can't make a mistake or bottle. He's just probably just playing. He must be shaking in his boots. I've obviously interviewed him many times in the past, B-Boy Worm, last season, so he'll obviously want to win this race to get just put himself like fight back, like maybe even like in the champion. He's obviously still in the championship fight, but he's gonna pass. I think he might pass. He's gonna pass Trap in the championship. Actually, he'll be 2nd in the championship.
Well, I think he's spun. I think he has lost it.
He has. So Key, it's unlucky for him. Key. Obviously, hopefully Key comes back stronger.
The gap. He's not got DRS. He's not got DRS.
No.
B-Boy Worm. 3.1. Trap may have done it. We said no mistakes, but Patuka is struggling for traction.
We're gonna check. We're gonna check warnings on Trap. Trap only has 2 warnings. Oh no, he's got 3.
It's gonna say.
We'll check B-Boy Worm. He's still got those 2 warnings.
Oh my, look at 3.3 now. So it's now in Trap's hands.
If Patuka and Trap start fighting, we could see that he can catch up.
Patuka is closed up massively. It's a fantastic strategy for him. We thought the hards, we were surprised that he was
I thought he had a puncture. I thought he had a puncture, but look at his right front.
Who's
the
that?
grain. The graining on his front, right front.
For Patuka?
No, B-Boy Worm. Look how much he's caught up. He's going to be on the DRS in a minute. Well, 1 lap to go. This could Patuka could win.
On track, of course, but with that penalty, he dropped down. But will he? Because the gap is now.
This is between Patuka and Trap now.
This is now between Patuka and Trap, of course. He's in the DRS. Here we go. Could we see back between Trap and Patuka?
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, Patuka's hooked up fantastic few laps. And on the back of Trap Formula's now got Patuka to deal with the RP driver rather than B-Boy Worm. I think the race is now gone for B-Boy Worm.
Trap's going to have sorry to interrupt you there, Tom, but Trap's going to have the Heart of Courage song from obviously YouTuber Championship. If you know that means, he's going to have that Heart of Courage song just playing in his head. He's going to be humming it at the moment. Just playing that Patuka makes a mistake or anything else, but he just doesn't want Patuka to get past him. He will. Oh, Patuka's down! We've cursed it!
Patuka's round!
We've cursed it! Trap's won this race. Trap has had Trap has just. Oh, Trap has had an amazing race. Let's see.
Headshot!
Jibok could have a podium. It could be a double podium for. Valko's out. Valko crashed out.
Valko's hit on the
Jibok
main
could be on the
straight.
podium.
Oh,
Jibok had the podium, I think.
Oh. What on earth?
We're gonna watch
just
that.
lost it.
Well, obviously gonna watch Trap Formula here. And he's got. Well, we'll actually watch this battle between Jibok. Patuka's gone wide. Patuka's got the damage, so it's gonna affect him. But he's gonna try and defend from Langfell, which I don't think he should, because it's gonna affect everyone's race. But he lets him through. Very respectable. Oh, what the Colston just sends it on a lap for that. I think it was Dimsky. But we're gonna watch Trap coming through these final 2 corners to come and win. We obviously thought Trap would win from pole, and Trap wins. Mr. B-Boy Worm, well done for him. He gets 2nd place. Then Headshot. Then it's gonna be Jibok on 3rd. Then Langfell. Then Patuka P6, P5 actually. Mood at Carty 7th, Miyamore 8th, Mood at 9th. Snookster still got a point. Wait, no, he might not.
No, that penalties.
Yeah, unlucky for Snookster. Unless his teammate gets a penalty now. But he does not. So Snookster comes 11th, but his teammate gets P10. That's very unlucky for him. Kolsnik 17th. Dembski 12th. Hyper 13th. And then Humberto Mancini 14th. Lauco's going to finish 15th. Because Key got lapped. So Lauco, even though he crashed out, he still gets 15th. And Trap said Vamos. Trap had to, like, just... I think Trap might have... If Patuca didn't have that crash, maybe Patuca could have given Trap a battle on that last lap, Tom.
Unbelievable there for Patuca. Lost it on the start-finish straight. So that was his race, gone down in 5th place. He finished. He drove such a good race as well on those hard tyres, but him down in 5th, I mean, that was absolute chaos. I think it would have actually passed Trap because it's that 6/10 lap quicker, so it would have been interesting. But B-Boy Worm and Jebbuck on the podium. What a fantastic race it was for them.
Yeah. Obviously, we're going to do podium interviews, so I think I can get Trap in. So if you can get the...
Trap and you get the other two.
Yeah, I think I got B-Boy Worm. I think I have them both added, actually. I think. Yeah, I do actually have them both added. Because I did an F9 last year. So I got them both added. It's got a load party, add players. JZK underscore Mr. No, JZL, jeez, that's some very bad at spelling. JZK. Mr. B-Boy Worm is added to the party. So you can add Sap, I'll just add Jebbuck. I think it was, yeah, that's B-Boy Worm in. Jebbuck's in.
So
Jebbuck's in. Trap.
And Jebbuck to join.
Jebbuck in. Just got to wait. 2 PS5 players. Oh no. And that's Trap. So we'll run down the grid order first. Trap in first, B-Boy Worm in second, Jebbuck third, Langfell 4, Patuca 5th, Leslie 6th, Carty 7th, Mayamore 8th, Mulet 9th, Bowers 10th, Snookster 11th, Dembski 12th, Hyper 13th, Humberto Mancini 14th, Lauco 15th, Key in 16th, Kolsnik in 17th, and the tirees are Sam, P. Suarez and Hulkenberger. Now we will go on to show them for the interviews. Obviously we'll start from P3 and go to P1. So obviously we'll start with Jebbuck, then Mr. B-Boy Worm, and then Trap Formula, the winner today obviously.
Do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
You can do it.
Okay, so Jebbuck, of course, getting started with you. How did you feel your qualifying went?
In my opinion, qualifying went poor, but I didn't go out for a final run because I knew being below 10th was a better strategy than soft medium, because I know I'll be quicker at the end of the race.
Yeah, we saw a fantastic comeback drive for you, of course. I mean, you drove your way through the grid and, you know, got yourself that podium in the end. I think it was crucial that no penalties. Did you ever feel the podium was in your hands at that point, or did you feel like you just got a bit of luck, or what were you thinking during the race?
Well, during the race, I was just making sure I got no warnings, no penalties, because I knew loads of people would get penalties around me. In the final few laps, I thought, okay, I could get 4th at last, but then Patuca dropped it, which is unlucky for him. But then I believe I could get the podium and so forth.
So yeah, I mean, when Patuca dropped it, did you then was it that moment when you realised that the podium was in your hands, or?
100%, yeah.
I mean, it's fantastic for you. I mean, the alternate strategy worked so well for you, but yeah, it was really impressive because you were one of the only drivers, I think. I think maybe corrected it, but I think there was 2 drivers out on track today that finished with no penalties, and you were one of them. And of course, it's paid off fantastic for you today, picking that 3rd place up. What can we expect from you for the rest of the season now?
Just hopefully consistency, just getting points, and hopefully winning constructors. Let's just see.
It was a fantastic drive from the Williams team today. Of course, your teammate is here, of course. B-Boy Worm, is your voice not allowed?
Good evening, fellas. It is. I have changed it, so I should be able to be loud.
Yeah, we're not getting flashbacks from last season.
No. I'm a changed man.
Yeah.
Right, fantastic. So, how did you feel your qualifying went?
Well, very well. I can't complain about being on the front row. There was one lap at the end. I was 2 tenths up, I think, and I just got a bit of traffic in the sector 2, beginning of sector 3, and it wasn't really. No one could really get out of the way. They're on flying laps as well. Well, they were on out laps, just setting themselves a bit of dirty air. Sort of cost me, but can't really complain with what I felt was a quite good lap, to be honest.
It was a fantastic lap, and I think we expected when we saw you just putting that lap at the end, it was not unexpected, but you pulled it out the bag, to be honest, and starting on that front row, you converted it into second place. I mean, how did you feel your race went in general today?
I felt at a good pace all the way through, up until the final 5 laps when the tyres felt like I was driving on butter. But I think there was a stage where me and Patuka were sort of just trying to use each other to try. Well, at one point it was Snookster as well, but me and Patuka mainly were trying to just use each other to try and catch up with Track Formula. Well, that was my thinking anyway. But then I think with 5 laps to go, I fell out of DRS, and I tried to hold the 3-second gap. But then when Patuka obviously lost his car, having no penalties didn't really affect the position, but it kept me sort of a good distance behind me, just safe. So yeah, it was good. Had decent pace.
Yeah, we did see fantastic pace from you. I mean, it was a great strategy from Patuka actually going onto those hard tyres, because he was battling all the way. I think onto the final lap we could have seen a battle there with Trap, but when he lost it, did you feel like that was a blessing or a curse for yourself?
Well, I just dropped out of 3 seconds behind them. Them two were just fighting. My tyre had gone. As soon as I think, well, actually, to be honest, I'm not going to lie to you. I think the other Racing Point, his teammate, went into the pit lane and gave him DRS for the final few laps. He just dropped out, so he got it on the back of the back marker, blue flags and that, and he got DRS up one straight, which allowed him to catch up to the back of Trap, and that just took me out of contention completely. So that was the moment where it sort of switched hands. But when he spun round, I sort of knew he was guaranteed second place. Just hoping that Trap maybe got a puncher, but I was probably in the same boat as he was.
We saw the undercut for yourself, and it worked perfectly. Was that the plan going into the race, or was it a just on-track decision?
Well, obviously they picked up early penalties, so I knew that I didn't have to push as hard if I wanted to try and make up positions, because if I just kept it on track, I'd gain positions anyway with the penalties. But I was always going to pit around lap 14, and I saw that Trap stayed out, so I was like, right, I might as well go for an undercut here. And they gave me 2 seconds or something like that. So that was a very good result, and just allowed me to have a bit of a gap behind me as well with the added DRS and stuff.
It was fantastic. I mean, the way you kept it in 3 seconds, we thought at one point that you had it, but obviously I think we saw actually it was visible how much especially the front mics were going off towards the end. Do you know what percent they were on at the end of the race?
85, I think, something like that. The rears were the worst bit. Yeah, turn 3 was horrible, but yeah, I just about held on. Lean Mix was my friend in the last few laps.
Yeah, we saw like we mentioned there, turn 3, it seemed like in the last few laps that was an absolute struggle just to rustle the car through and try and keep it on track. I think we nearly saw you drop it once, but yeah, it was a fantastic result from you today. What can we expect from you in the rest of the season, do you think?
Well, I've got 2 races, 2 podiums, missed out last week unfortunately. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't expecting to be here at the start of the season. Some of the names in this league are just like just rapid drivers, and to be up there with them and being able to get on the podium with them is something that hopefully I can carry on doing for the rest of the season, and consistency is the main thing, and so far I have been fairly consistent. So
definitely, I mean, the 2 races you've done it and you've got fantastic results from them. Do you feel like you can push for the drivers or even the constructors this season?
I think it's too early to tell, but I think the Williams, me and Chibuk have had a good start, but like I say, plenty more racing to go, and who knows what happens. Anything can happen really, can't it?
Definitely, it was a fantastic race for yourself today, and I think a very well deserved P2 in the end. But now on to the double race winner, Track Formula. Are you there?
Otherwise.
So, Trap, how did you feel your qualifying went?
Fine.
Yeah, it was not bad to say the least. There was a 0.6, so a fantastic lap for you to in qualifying. But going to the race, did you feel confident about the race win, or did you feel like you had to really fight for it?
Well, I had a really good start on the race, and then I saw like everyone attacking. I think the Williams into turn 1, so I was just like, alright, I'm gonna push. I pushed out the 1 second gap, so no, the second place couldn't get the DRS on me. So I was out of the DRS, so I just went on from there, doing fuel saving, die saving, and DRS saving. Just doing that stuff, and then the pit window, just pushing around. Then got in front of I think B-Boy Worm. Yeah, just got in front of him. So I went another lap because I didn't feel like if I went for the undercut, I think I would not last the mediums. I wasn't that confident, so I think, in my opinion, the strategy played out well. I needed to just pull the gap because I got a 3-second time penalty in the race because I went over the yellow trampoline at the last corner about 10 times. I hate that curb. So yeah, but apart from that, I think everything went really smooth. I was quite lucky that we took a spun, but I can't really say I'm lucky. I mean, I kept it on the track, so that was alright.
Definitely. Did you feel at times like the race win was in jeopardy because of the 3 second? Obviously, people had no pens and was in that 3 second gap for a lot of the last stint. So, did you feel like it wasn't in your hands at some point?
Well, I was thinking he might have got a puncher because he undercut it quite early, but he didn't. But he slowed down a lot because saving the tyres. But those last few last 10, 15 laps, I was just trying to fuel save a bit so I can really push at the end. And I kind of did that. I also got DRS off one of the laps cars, which helped me push around 3/10 of B-Boy. So that helped as well. So that was good. And then I just went on from there, won the race. So that was quite nice, and I'm happy with the result because it makes me get more points in the championship. And my confidence is quite high right now, so yeah, it's all good.
Your confidence should definitely be high. I mean, we saw the comeback drive around Singapore from, what was it, like last on the grid, all the way into first, but as soon as you got pole, I think we knew how strong you'd be during the race, but you had a fantastic start, like you said, but the gap closed because of the cars did undercut you, so did you feel like the undercut massively paid off for them, or did you feel like you were comfortable with the undercut?
I was comfortable because I was in front, but obviously, the thing is, they were on the worst, like the less, they were on the 1 lap old tyres. So, in my opinion, I think I was comfortable. I just had to do my own race and push on, and make the gap bigger. That was my aim. As the fuel, the ERS, etc. So I can push on more and do better. So yeah, that's all I did all the race. I think it's very comfortable for me and a very successful race for me. So that's all good.
Definitely. Do you feel like now this gives you a great opportunity to push for the drivers? Do you think, or is it too early to call just yet?
Well, there's 7 more races left. 6 now, but I don't know, to be honest. I think it's like a 10 race calendar, so it's quite short. So these races really count. So I need to just win a few more, something like that, and then I can secure it really. But it's not secured just yet. I mean, I could get caught out by something, but I don't know. Yeah, I can't really read the future that well. So yeah, that's all I have to say about that.
Like you said, every race counts as this 10 race calendar. It's crucial to get a good result every race, and you've demonstrated it there with a 0.6 in qualifying. It was so impressive. You really just took that up superbly there. But it was fantastic from you today, and when Batuka dropped it, we thought he could battle you coming for last lap. But you did.
He dive bombs a lot, so I was quite looking at my mirrors and stuff like that. So all I can really do, I was just gonna defend from him, but he spun. So it's a bit of a relief, but apart from that, the race was quite comfortable.
Well, you got the result done again. So 2 a double race win for you now, so you're going to be brimming with confidence. I mean, unless Tech has anything else to ask.
No, not really. Obviously, how do you feel like you go? How do you feel like what you were going to do in Belgium next week, or you feel like you're going to do as good, or do you feel like Belgium's a week back for you?
I mean, Belgium is quite strong. I mean, it can be difficult sometimes, but sometimes it can't be. But apart from that, I mean, I'm just going to try and go in there and try and get a good lap in quali, and try and just go on from there, and that'll be great. And hopefully, I get a good race again, and that's really it.
Definitely, and congratulations to you on the second race win in a row, and hopefully make it a third round Belgium next week. So, and I think that is it. Tech, unless like you said, if there's anything else to ask.
No, not really. So I'm going to end the stream here. Obviously, thank you for everyone tuning in and everyone commenting weird stuff. Obviously, we'll see you next week. But me and Tom will see you on Monday. See Tom doing F7, I'm doing F6. But people who are tuning for F9, we will see you next week at Belgium. Same time, next week on Sunday. Goodbye from me. And if Tom is saying goodbye, we'll say goodbye from him. So we'll see you next week. Goodbye.